What's in the box? Find out next here on Train Chats. Welcome to Train Chat. Just before the pandemic closed everything down in 2020, February to be exact, I visited at my first train show ever. It was in the Orange County Fairgrounds, and it was in one of their big halls, and they had all these layouts and people running trains, and they had vendors, and I really got inspired. And I didn't have any clue that the virus was coming in. I just liked the trains. So the next show I went to was sponsored by the Train Operating Society in Orange County, and they had their monthly meeting, and it was indoors. It was great, and I went inside, and they had a lot of people with O-gauge trains, and that was what started me in this whole thing of trains. And I've always had love for trains, but this kind of hit me, and I thought, wow, this will be great. So I purchased some track and went out and went to a couple of the train stores around and started purchasing things. And guess what? Everything shut down. The whole world just went out with COVID. So I didn't experience any more train shows. I didn't have any more social interaction with anyone except for maybe going to an occasional hobby store with strict regulations and masks and everything else. So finally, this year, again 1 year later, I visited my first train show, and ironically, it was sponsored by the Orange County the Toy Train Operating Society. Now, they were COVID safe. They were out in the parking lot of a local restaurant, and they had their vendors all set up, and I was able to walk around and finally see other people and other trains and things like that. And I happened upon the train. I had seen it in catalogs and online, but I got to tell you, Lionel numbering system's kind of hard, and my memory's not always that great, so I kind of got it confused. Now, there was a sad and good note about this. I found this little treasure at one of the vendors, and I asked him if what you're going to see, it's a steam train. And I asked him if it had TMCC because I'm running Command Com on my layout. And the gentleman said, oh yeah, it has that, and I think it has Odyssey too. Now, those are two terms that are kind of new to me, but I'm learning really fast. TMCC is the communication for the train to control by your handheld remote and a few things like that. And also Odyssey is speed control, so if it goes up hills and down hills and things like that, it kind of maintains an even speed. You might know better terms or a better explanation than that, but that's kind of my simple one. So I was all excited. So I purchased a train, and I didn't look at it. I mean, it was open in the box where I could see it was brand new, but I didn't examine the train, and I didn't look up the number like I could have on the internet. So here's your tip. Look up the train if you're not sure. Inspect it. Take it out of the box and look at it. Make sure everything is there and it's what they say it is. So here it is. It's brand new. They said it had never been used, and I did note that. I've taken the wrapping off, and it's a little Brookshire Junior train. If you look in Lionel's catalog, they also have one that's a 2.0, and also they have another one that is TMCC controlled. This one, however, is conventional controlled. Now, it has rail sounds, which are controlled through conventional means. And I saw that, and again, I'm very new to this, and you can say I'm the biggest rookie in the world. But the train was beautiful. It's heavy. This is a heavy train. It's beautiful. I know some of you may have trains and this is old hat to you, but for me, first train, yeah, it's pretty special. Now, I've already, the good news is I was able to take the train and I ordered from 3 Rail a Cruise Command controller, and I've installed it, and I just have one little problem of where to put the antenna for it, but it's working perfectly on that. I decided to leave the tender has the sound on it, and I'm going to leave that original. So basically I now can control the train through command comm or through legacy control, and it works really well. So that it's now a cool train to go, but the guy did tell me, and I didn't have to go through all that. And I got to remember that adds another about $100 to any time you upgrade a train from conventional to a controlled type format, and that can just put that in your budget. So looking at the internet, what I paid for the train was a really good price. I didn't get I knew I had done that pretty good. Even with the addition of the 3rd Rail controller, I was able to still have a pretty make it a lot less expensive than I would have if I would have purchased it with the TMC control in it already. So good thing it was there. The show was fantastic. Otherwise, it was great seeing people, and my battery's about ready to dead. So this is part 1. Now I want to talk to you about it. I've gone to 2 more shows since then. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. If so, consider hitting the like button. That really does help us grow our channel. Also, if you could subscribe and hit the notification bell, that way anytime I upload a video, you won't miss out. Thanks again for stopping by.